podcast show for business owners and managers who are passionate about developing people and growing a successful business. And now here's your host, Alistair Booth from the HR Booth.
Welcome to our latest Lightning podcast. This episode is focusing on flexible working, moments that matter, and I suppose balancing childcare over the summer holidays. So we are now right in the middle of the school summer holidays in Scotland, which is 7.5 weeks this year, and the English school holidays are also kicking off, which lasts into the first week in September. So massive challenge for employers. A massive challenge for employees with young children and trying to kind of keep them occupied, especially certainly in Scotland. The weather has been absolutely abysmal, so it is very difficult trying to keep the kids occupied. And I know the weather's probably not been much better in England. Having spent a few days down there last week, it was dry, but not. I know it's not been great. So this episode is really just looking at ways in which employers can be supportive and things that you can put into place into your business. So a couple of things on the go with that. So we're quite fortunate in our office. I've got quite a big office. My son Danny has been in already over the school holidays, working in the kitchen. And I say working, he's kind of playing on his iPad when I've been doing some work. And he's kind of been in the background. And Lynn and our team's been able to do the same with our daughter Megan, doing something very similar. So we're able to offer, if children want to kind of come in and providing they're quiet, not causing a major issue, that's fine. And we've got space in our office to accommodate that. We're also able to offer hybrid working, which enables a little bit of kind of balance around that. But what is important is obviously you can't have a situation where if people have got kind of live meetings to do, so whether it's on Zoom or Teams or whatever, and you've got children in the background, that's not appropriate. So you need to kind of find a balance around that. So from an employer perspective, look for, you should be looking to be a bit proactive with your team members, find out what support they need, what can you do to kind of help them with that, and just offer some kind of flexibility where you possibly can. You get the best out your team member. You keep them at work, keep them productive, keep them engaged, and it does kind of add to your culture. And I certainly know when the kids have been in our office over the summer, that's been quite well received by the team members who are here. I realise that might not be the same for everyone, but it certainly works fine for us, which is great to see. The other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is we have a policy at the HR booth called Moments That Matter, and that's something that we have encouraged some of our clients to kind of implement as well. And that's things like if it's children's kind of sports days or important things that you want to attend, that you get that kind of time off. So things that will be coming up over the next few weeks is when kids are returning to school. You might have working parents who have got a child starting school for the first time, or they might have a child who started nursery for the first time. What you want to consider is giving them that time off to certainly take the children to school, but it might be quite an emotional time for parents as well. So do you really want them coming back into work? So offer them that time to basically have a bit of time to themselves where they can kind of compose themselves, gather their thoughts, and kind of process what's happened, and just get a little bit of time themselves with it. Going, that might be for them to go and get a coffee, or they might want to do a bit of shopping or go for a walk or whatever that might be. So that's a moment that does matter, and that's certainly something we would encourage you to kind of look at. So have these kind of conversations with your team members as well around what that looks like for the kids going back to school. And there might also be situations where, and this is now going to be really relevant with the proposed changes from the Labour government, that flexible working is going to become a default and a kind of day one right. So important for you to be on the front foot with that with your team members as well, where you've got people who have got children starting school after the summer holidays. What flexibility do they perhaps need, if any, to accommodate that? And that might be short term, so that flexible working might not be something that has to happen indefinitely, but there might be a day a week or a half day or some arrangements they need to put in place just as part of that settling in period. So have a proactive approach to that with your team members, and it allows you to kind of keep your good team team members in the business, whilst offering that flexibility and retaining them and building your culture. So as I say, difficult time for employers and employees with families trying to kind of juggle that over the holidays. Other good things to maybe think about is if there's local attractions that are on the go. You might offer discount schemes, or you might just be able to kind of share information around kind of some free events. So that might be some community clubs are doing stuff for free. Have a bit of a kind of parent, kind of book club or forum or something internally that just allows you to kind of share some good practice. So not everything, has to cost money. So there might be some good walks, some good beaches, some good, national parks or local parks, different things like that. So encourage that kind of conversation to take place in the workplace as well. And all of that will help with working parents. As a working parent myself, I understand the challenge, and we always look to be as flexible as we possibly can with our team, providing it meets the needs of the business, our clients and our team members, and we encourage our clients and businesses we work with to do the same. So hopefully that's been helpful, and quite keen to hear kind of thoughts around what other employers are doing to promote flexible working and moments that matter during a difficult time for parents and for employers. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch up with you again soon.